Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of Sunday, July 28th through Saturday to come, August 3rd. I talked about the fact that on the 27th, the day before this reading, Venus enters Leo. There was actually a lot of pink. I used my numerology deck, which I'm going to use again in the general reading. There was actually a lot of pink and advice in the form of pink cards on both sides for both archetypes. Pink does represent Venus. It also represents Chamuel. But, I look at beings in like all of their vibrations. And so, for example, Chamuel in another vibration, Archangel Chamuel that is actually Cupid, which is Venus's son. And so it sort of makes sense that he's represented by the same colors as she, the pink, the green. She is both of those also. Archangel Chamuel, of course, the Archangel of unconditional love, as well as abundance. And then Venus, the planet of love, as well as abundance. So, again, it goes hand in hand. That is specifically, by the way, unconditional love. Not to be confused with Archangel Daniel, who is the Archangel of love and marriage. Also divorce, those matters of love and marriage. What else do I want to tell you? Lost things also came up in the general reading. So I don't know how that may or, if it does at all, apply in the love reading. But it came up quite a bit for the part of the masculine. In fact, I used two tarot decks. I'm going to use two tarot decks again for the love reading. But I used two tarot decks in the general reading. And both Seven of Swords cards, so the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Air, the Seven of Winter, whatever you want to call it, showed up on the side of the masculine. The Seven of Swords is a card of loss, sometimes even theft, distrust. And that can be in yourself too. I call it the card that represents the energy of joy stealing. And we can rob ourselves of joy and happiness by having lack of confidence, lack of trust in ourselves, lack of esteem that prevents us from, moving forward on different things and from taking advantage of the opportunities that are put before us. So that may be something that comes up. I'm starting with the Nine of Winter, which is a card of, same thing, basically fear, worry, anxiety. Could be lack of sleep, but could be lack of sleep because of fear, worry, anxiety. You're staying up all night. So there's that. On the 31st, two things happen. There's a new moon in Leo, which I didn't go into too much in the general reading because I'll do a separate new moon in Leo reading. But also Mercury goes direct. Praise God. It will still be in that retrograde zone, as they call it. It will be in shadow, is the term, but it will have gone direct. So some of the pull backward that we've been feeling, done, coming to a stop. We may still have some funky stuff going on, like weird stuff, and that will continue through August 11th, a date that I've been talking about quite a bit. Is the day that Mercury completely leaves Cancer and, the retrograde zone, like all together. No more shadow, no more nothing. What else? I think that's it. I didn't speak about any events on the Hebrew, Muslim, or Christian calendars. So I think we're ready to go. We're going to start with the dice, beginning with Eat Cake. Ooh, sex. Every time I see eat cake and sex, especially during a love reading, I think about nasty stuff, that some of us may or may not be into, and no judgment, I'm calling it nasty stuff. Sexy time. Let's just say there's a lot of different kinds of cake. And also email. This may be how we reach out to each other in order for anything else to happen. Happy birthday to all the Leos celebrating this week. Eat cake. Congratulations, wherever they're in order, to anyone. Those engagements, those proposals that I was feeling, or other monumental events in your life, congratulations. anniversaries and stuff. Spirit says cocktail. Try again. This could be with regard to a relationship. You know what? I'm going to try again too. I'll see what else we get out of that die. And romantic dinner. So there was evidence of second chances. Those in the general reading, those second chances can be in love. We had 2 judgment cards show up. And the judgment card can definitely be about a second opportunity to, you know, right or wrong or something. Do something right this time. And that can be with regard to our relationships and, you know, romantic ones included. So try again. Let's see, I'm going to flip it all around, do it all. And Spirit says it's 50-50. So if we are trying again, we got to make sure that we each give equal effort and that there's balance and everyone feels equity and equality in the relationship. So I'm going to be using, like I said, 2 tarot decks. My animal tarot, beginning with the 9 of Winter, which is about worry and such. Your worries and fears aren't real, however. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that of which you're afraid. Stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. Is what the 9 of Winter says here. Also, love. This is like, these cards are like reflective of a lot of air. Well, this is the 9 of Winter, so that is about air or swords. And then this card number 6, it's my numerology deck, but it's called love, so it's like the lovers, which represents the sign of Gemini, so that's air. And then, speaking of the lovers, here they are. Major Arcana card 6 in the traditional tarot, the lovers. Intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. Lovers represents the sign of Gemini. And look at this. I didn't even realize this, but it's another card called love. So we got worry, and we got love, lovers, and more love. For some of us, we just like, there's just fear in approaching relationships, fear of commitment, fear of abandonment, you know, all those kind of issues. For others, there may be more than one potential love interest, maybe some sort of party of 3, a karmic relationship in quotes, and a divine union, soulmate. The karmic in quotes because, as I explained in the general, for those who didn't see it, karmic has been come to be used as like a derogatory term, meaning something negative about, well, she's the karmic, he's the karmic, like the side extra piece that we know is not going to work out with ultimately, bitter or bitchy, whatever. There's all kinds of thoughts about the so-called karmic. But really, karmic just means like destined, of the universe, containing a valuable lesson for us. So even our soulmate relationships, our twin flame relationships, our divine unions can be karmic relationships. So that's what I mean by karmic. There may be 2. Or there may be some other situation where you have to choose between what your heart wants and what your mind is telling you to do. Heart versus head decisions often coming up with the lovers, and they may have to do specifically with love, and so this is why somebody is going nuts in their head. Let's look a little further, though, specifically at the masculine, beginning with, I'm going to use these. Let me use these, beginning with the lovers. Again, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. Represents the sign of Gemini. And then here we got some news or something coming in. Maybe email, like the die suggested. The 8 of Fire. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things are happening at once. This often has to do with communication, though. So something could be coming in. Of course, Gemini is the great communicator as well. So that with the 8 of Fire, 8 of Wands, is an indication some sort of news coming in or coming from you, going towards somebody else. And maybe that news has to do with travel, transportation, visiting somebody. It is Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. The Chariot represents the sign of Cancer, and it is a card of travel, transportation, movement, even moving. It's also like probably the strongest card of victory in the tarot. Lovers. The 9 of fire now. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Lovers. And the King of Water. Trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work. As far as I'm concerned, charity work is love, because when we're doing charity work, if it's legitimate charity work, genuine, then we're giving of ourselves, our time, our money, whatever, our energy, without agenda. We're not asking for anything back. Or we're receiving, we're accepting something from somebody, trusting that there are no strings attached. And we don't, want anything additional either. We're just appreciative. That's love. That's an exchange of unconditional love. And it can happen between two parties as well, with just their energy, being shared. King of Water is a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The Lovers, I'll do one more. And it is the 4 of Earth. Being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, and giving to those less fortunate. For me, the 4 of Earth is about, especially as it relates to love, holding on to something that of which we need to let go. And we're holding on very tightly, like for dear life. Or something is holding on to us in that way, and to so much so that we feel smothered. We feel stuck. I always feel like I explain it best as it relates to work. It's like having a job that you really can't stand, and it pays the bills though. That's why you keep going there. You can't stand. You hate the job, you hate the people, they hate you. There's just no happiness there, but it gives you a check, so you keep going. And the same thing translates into relationships. Like, you really don't want to be there, they really don't want to be there, or at least one of you doesn't want to be there. But you do it because you're used to it. It's the devil, rather than change, because change is even scarier than the person that you're dealing with. So, you just let yourself feel stuck and trapped and continue on with it, but you're just miserable. That's the 4 of Earth as it relates to love. That may be the reason as to why you have a heart versus head decision to make. The Lovers. Nice. New opportunity. Ace of Water. Falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship. This can be where try again comes in, because the Ace of Water or Cups can be about reconciliation, reunion, somebody coming back, giving it a second try in love. Falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship. Spiritual growth and enhanced intuition also. Maybe even a new home, which could be connected to the Chariot, right? Moving, maybe cohabitation. That could be a proposal. Come visit me, come stay with me. A new home can also be a metaphor, right? Especially opposite the Lovers. Home is where the heart is. So that can be another indication that you, again, need to follow your heart as relates to your reason in your life for the Lovers showing up here. And now our overall energy is the 9 of Water. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away and you have a love of life. Actually, in love, or as it relates to relationships, the 9 of Water is like a big resounding yes from the Minor Arcana. So very nice to have. But it means your dreams are coming true. Your wishes are being granted. Your prayers have been answered. It's very similar to the Star, Major Arcana card, the Star. Divine Feminine, the masculine as it relates to the feminine. Let me move these out of the way a little bit better. Speaking of dreams coming true, look what's here. Just fell away from the other cards. It is the card number, the card called Dreams. It is a very watery looking energy kind of card too. So where was I? Divine Feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, maybe specifically this energy, this card. Himself. The union as a whole. This is for this week as it relates to love. Masculine's perspective, masculine's feelings. Overall, what the masculine would have the feminine do, contribute, surrender toward the union, give of herself. That charitable energy. What he himself is willing to. What the universe would have both do, each do, even wants them to do, wants to help them with, but they have to first affirm, and the outcome. Divine Feminine. Ooh. Three of Air. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. Pain, hurt. I did see and feel like a really strong energy of forgiveness, or the need for forgiveness and apology. Maybe that has to do with it's 50-50 too. Like, we each have to contribute to both forgiving and seeking forgiveness. Seeking it and offering it. I may pull another card for that though, but the feminine obviously having experienced some sort of hurt, pain, feelings of loss, maybe involving a party of three, right? So maybe she learned something involving a third party in the relationship. The masculine as relates to the feminine, and perhaps specifically to this card, this energy, also a card having to do with loss. This is the Five of Earth. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. As it relates to love, for me, this card represents some of the things I mentioned a moment ago. Fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, fear that this relationship will be like one from the past, that you will have brought, baggage or energy from the past. Maybe because Four of Earth, right, that we just saw, we're holding on to that energy from the past, so we're carrying it with us. For those reasons, something may have gone on, transpired between masculine and feminine, that is resulting in hurt and pain, but it's just loss. Now, it could have been a loss of a relationship, or it could have been, like we can't move forward because, I feel this way. And so I can't give you what it is you're seeking of me, and I'm unwilling to offer it because I've got these fears. Masculine as it relates specifically to himself, speak, and there's another Nine of Air. So a lot of worries, a lot of fears, a lot of pain going on within him too, and maybe even sleepless nights. In some cases, he could be actually tired, drained, overworked, just giving of his energy too many places, maybe too many people, juggling relationships, a bunch of negativity surrounding him. He's expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies and sleepless nights. With looking at this already, with the so far with the air and earth only showing up, could easily be connected to Mercury. I mean, Venus also rules air and earth, but she's not in retrograde. It could easily be connected, I would say, to Mercury retrograde. Mercury, ruler of both Gemini and Virgo. Masculine as it relates to the union as a whole. This week, emotion, feelings, love, still there. Desire to nurture it, desire for it to grow, still there. And, wanting to draw the energy nearer, energy of love nearer, still there. Queen of Water, tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. I was just talking about Mercury. Mercury is actually in Cancer right now. And so that's one reason why this could be showing up. Also, I talked about Black Moon Lilith. I've been talking about Black Moon Lilith since I started. And I was like the only person that would mention her in relation to these energies and these readings. Especially that first year, that Black Moon Scorpio was, woo! That was something to contend with. Well, she's back. We had a Black Moon the same day as the partial lunar eclipse and the Capricorn full moon. So it was basically like the devil and his bride, they both were having their day. And That black moon is in Pisces. Black moon Lilith in Pisces. Neptune also retrograde right now in Pisces also. That's another reason why this could be showing up and maybe why some of these energies are here. But let's continue. Let's go further. Overall, the Queen of Fire, confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. This is saying don't be worried about lack. Don't be worried that you can't conquer, that you won't be victorious, that you can't win. Don't be worried that things are not going to go your way. Don't manifest negativity into your own life because you've got this strength here. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. The Queen of Fire is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And again, Venus entered Leo the day before the day for which this reading begins. Right? The reading goes from the 28th through the 3rd, and Venus enters Leo on the 27th. Sun also in Leo. So we have that power. What the masculine would have the feminine do, contribute, surrender. What kind of energy he wants her to give to the union this week is really patience and trust too. Like, and this is not only trust in him in the relationship, but this is also trust in herself that you've put the energy forward that you need to already too. You've laid the groundwork that you need to for things to work out. So just believe that you have. Seeds well planted. A temporary pause in action. Nothing's happening right now because I'm in a funk. Right? Just wait for me, basically. Unnecessary worry. Like any worry is needless. Like maybe you're doing this to yourself. You're driving yourself crazy. Because the air or swords, whatever, can have to do with thoughts too. Sometimes it doesn't even require any action to happen. This is in our mind. What the masculine himself is willing to do, contribute, surrender to the reading. The King of Water. And the King of Water is basically how, I think it was on the masculine side, like he showed up in the general reading too. And this is definitely speaking of his willingness to be in partnership, or his desire for partnership with the King and Queen showing up not only in the same spread, but together. Trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. So this is the masculine expressing his willingness to be a little bit more vulnerable. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice. So also to be a little bit more genuine. And charity work, again, to exchange freely without agenda. What the universe would have both do and wants both to do and even wants to help them with, but they have to first affirm, is winning, perseverance, the ability to keep going and to conquer this thing, to see it out. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created, the union. Have courage and strength, Leo, and believe in yourself. Same thing. The masculine wants for the feminine. The universe wants for the feminine as well, and also for the masculine. The outcome. We make it through this week? Sure can. Page of Page of water, rather. So the page, the Queen, and the King. We're only missing the Knight. The Knight showed up in the other reading too, though. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, and friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Also, there are heightened psychic abilities. So I definitely think that that's going to be the case too. Like we'll receive messages, information intuitively or through other means, like psychic means, synchronicities and signs and stuff. And so even if there's not a real communication, which I think that for some there will be a real communication too, or, I shouldn't say real, a in-person or verbalized communication. For others, there'll be, something more telepathic maybe, right? Or again, intuitive. We'll get this message. Also, there definitely may be some, uptick in activity for water signs and people that are involved with water signs. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. You know, again, not afraid to show their emotions this week, particularly the masculine. Not afraid to show them like emotions in check, but still, you know, a little vulnerable, and willing to share and to be genuine. I already took up these cards, obviously, but I'm looking here. I'm here staring at this 3 of air. So I'm going to just take the next upright card, which is this one, right? Here they are, upright. Here's our overall energy. There's the next upright card. So, yeah. She is in pain, hurting over specifically relationships, love, and maybe a heart versus head decision. Maybe the masculine made the wrong decision as far as she's concerned, didn't choose her, or that's the way she feels. Or maybe she's had to make a decision that has resulted in her own pain. And maybe an air sign, and most specifically a Gemini, is directly involved. So it could be air and water, fire and water, water on water, more so than other people, I would say, based on the spread we just had. Next card is upside down. I was about to get greedy. All right, I'm going to do a spread more from the perspective of the universe, beginning with, again, card number 6 in love, and opening to 44 environment. Some of us might need to change the environment with which we surround ourselves, the people, places, and things with which we surround ourselves. We may have to be like an air sign, like a Gemini, a Queen of Swords in particular, cutting off that which no longer serves us, or adding things on that we think will help to improve our vibration. And numerology deck, like the last deck, also says that we need to exercise some patience, maybe in relation specifically to love this week too. Love. And karmic completion. So maybe we need to exercise some patience because somebody, from the looks of the last spread, the masculine in particular, working his way through a karmic issue that did result in some kind of pain for the feminine, but he's saying like, hold on, I'm coming, like the song, and that's what the cards are showing too. Karmic completion as it relates to love. And a happy ending. So even if there's some sad times now, some kind of air of suspension, a limbo, a pause, again, the worry is unnecessary. That ultimately, things are going to work out. And financial discipline. But here's more of this pink and green that I was talking about, which is Venus. So I think it's not talking necessarily about money, but more so about abundance that is coming, right? And that's going to help. That's what's from what the happy ending comes. Both of these cards equal 12 or 3 as well, which is a card of abundance. I mean, a number, rather, of abundance. 3 is. And 12, in the tarot, major arcana card 12, is the hanged man. That is that limbo, right? That pause. It seems like nothing's happening, and we start to get paranoid. We start to get nervous that nothing's moving. But it is. It's just for us as an air of suspension. It's very, very temporarily, and then things get moving again. That's why we need the patience. And after some more shuffling, the overall energy is still card number 48, financial discipline, which again, I do think is representative of Venus here and abundance. Divine being or couple, recent past, near future, masculine's higher self. Let's get these out of the way. Blocks to individual or shared progress, even union. What the feminine can do, however, to help herself, what the masculine can. And again, what the universe wants so much for each or both to do that it wants to help them, but they have to first affirm, and the outcome. Divine being or couple. Oh, love partnership, card number 26. And 26 equals 8, and 2s represent partnerships, and 6 represents love. Together, the 8, again, 8 is a card of karma. So having just seen that karmic completion, I think this is also saying with the 8 that as we move into August this week, at the end of the week, that is when we're going to start to see the changes. Maybe some of us by the end of this week with this reading, and maybe, I think probably more of us, again, around August 11th. I've been saying that for months now. And now that it's coming closer, I'm finding out all the different things that are happening August 11th, in addition to that which I was already aware of was happening. So again, Mercury leaving Cancer and leaving the zone, the retrograde zone completely. Jupiter goes direct on the 11th. The 11th is also for Muslims all over the world, the Hajj, which is their pilgrimage to Mecca. It's a very spiritual time for Jews. They'll be celebrating their new year. So it's, new, vibrant energy, fresh energy. And there's just so many wonderful things going on. So I think that we'll see the effects of it in our lives too. Also, it's around the same time as the Lion's Gate. Now, at the same time, there tends to be negativity going on. Because so many wonderful things are possible, and it's like there's like a gateway that opens basically for us to move on to the next, chapter of our lives, to just ascend deeper into our spirituality and our love, our romantic lives and stuff. There tends to be that time of year, and this time of year too. All July is like attributed to Lilith and connected to her, as far as I'm concerned. Again, particularly this July with Black Moon, Lilith having gone into effect, being activated. But also, July, August, just trying to keep people from going through that chapter, going through that gateway with the Lion's Gate. So, with all the so much wonderful things happening, there's also like this negative energy just sort of lurking and hoping to stop you from progressing. So we just gotta be mindful of that. It's really like a time of war. Spiritual warfare is so heightened. July, August. Recent past. Music, card number 35. Also 32, which equals 5. 5's all about a need for a change of energy. They can be about conflict and stuff too. I think that the recent, for some it's as simple as actual music, and like again it syncs, right? Synchronicity, signs, messages coming through music. For others it's like music to my ears. Like you heard something, there was a communication or something that helped you to move forward one way or another in your life. It can be abundance, creativity in partnerships, co-creation, could have come up with something. Some may have actually gone into some sort of business together involving music is what I'm feeling, which is awesome. Congratulations if that happened, if that's you. Orange and yellow. Yellow is the card of the solar plexus, and orange is the sacral chakra. We started out with the sex die, so I'm also feeling that I was getting something about like sexual healing. Not that you necessarily had actual intercourse, but maybe music helping you to heal in those areas. I did a sound bath thing, and that could be this business too that I'm feeling. Because actually, when I posted about that I participated in a sound bath, one of my clients said that that's what she does, and I'm sure there could be others. So I'm getting a lot of different things with this music. in the recent past, different ways that it could, different things that it could mean for different people, but I don't want to stay on it forever. So I'll come back to it if I get anything else, but I'm going to move on to near future. Spirituality, 7-7. So again, increase, ascension, growth, spiritual growth, deepened spirituality, deepened intuition, all of that stuff. It's just everything's heightened and stronger. And that could be as a result of music too. Again, maybe like binaural tones or something like a sound bath, some sort of healing sounds, guided meditation, masculine's higher self. Oh, domestic harmony, and it's crossing the love partnership. So I like that he's here, and he's like, I see you, we're here. He's aligned with this other energy here of the love partnership, and just wanting to be happy. This is like a Four of Wands kind of feel to it. Four of Wands, of course, can be about commitment, even marriage, cohabitation, just feeling happy, content, joyous. Blocks the individual or shared progress. Your environment, something, the people, places, and or things with which we surround ourselves, something needs to be changed. We have to get in alignment with people of our vibration, or again, people, places, or things of our vibration or higher, from which we can learn something. We've got to move away from and cut off things that lower our vibration or that try to hold us back. Again, this is a time of spiritual warfare. You see, these are crossing too. And so you want to make sure that you stay up, and you can help that in some cases through things like healing sounds, whether it's actual music and or it's music to your ears, in that maybe, again, you receive some sort of communication that was a healing sound, like I'm sorry, forgive me, that sort of thing too. In addition to this, or maybe about this specifically, like with the blocks, what the feminine can do to help herself. Again, it is patience. Isn't that hilarious? We had a patience card in this same placement in the last spread. So, and I said at the end, the universe feels the same way as the masculine as it relates to patience for the feminine. Well, yeah, we're seeing that again. Here's the reconfirmation of that. And what the masculine can do to help himself, though, is nature. And we have this nature in this green. It's very earth. These two cards, very earth energy. He needs to get grounded. He needs to be more practical about his choices. And he might need to spend some time actually in nature. Maybe if he's in an area that's conducive to doing any sort of meditation outside, he may want to do that. Listening to music, even if that's like sitting down on a bench with a headset, right, earphones or something, ear pods, whatever people are into these days, Bluetooth, that can be a means of meditation. You don't have to be sitting somewhere like, in a yoga pose or a prayer pose to vibe with the universe. But there's definitely a need for the masculine to do that. I'm seeing there's like a pathway to the domestic harmony is through this green. All right, and you see we end here with the blue. So communication, throat chakra, maybe speaking up for yourself, expressing your love. We got the 6, which is representative of an air sign, specifically Gemini. So expressing yourself, maybe 4 might be an airy sort of energy. You're empowered, you're strong enough to do it. But then we end with this green Merkaba here. And again, I think that might allude to the time frame that some of this stuff is happening also, like August. Especially with the 4-4 here, right? 4-4 again equals 8. So mirroring each other too, we got like this 8 and this 8 here. With this nature and the spirituality sitting next to each other, I'm just feeling like masculine needing to sit under a tree like Buddha, You know, the story of Buddha sitting under the tree trying to figure out how can I reach like the highest level of consciousness of I'm capable of. Yeah, that he needs to like just connect again with Mother Nature and with nature in general, and with his own nature. He needs to change, make some modifications to his environment if he wants domestic harmony. That's the pathway. What the universe would have us do, even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm, is healing. Card number 66. Wow, it doesn't get better than that. And the outcome here. Follow your dreams. Outcome is whatever you want it to be, is what that says. Wow, that was pretty awesome. I will do one more spread. And then we'll do like oracle advice, beginning with the 9 of winter. Let's see what we're afraid of. Your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that of which you're afraid. Stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. Wow. Opening, however, to another 3 of winter or 3 of swords. Sadness is part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. 3 of winter is about sadness, loss. Could be representative of some sort of party of 3. Perhaps even a love triangle. 9 of winter. Or we could be worried about that, and then maybe there is no love triangle. We done created one in our head. You know what I mean? With the 9 of winter showing up. And here's some more earth energy that may be connected to August, right? Representative of the sign of Virgo. The Princess of Autumn, cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or a scholarship, right? Being raised up, ascending is what this can mean for us, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn of something exciting or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career or relationship. Right? Get a new boss. Just me and my boss. 9 of winter. And here's another one of those 5s is autumn. And the feeling of lost again. Focusing upon the negative, which is what this is. Or worrying about money or your career or a shitty relationship or your past and all that kind of stuff can block your progress. Because your trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to start something new. Until you pick yourself up out of that funk. 9 of winter. I'll do one more. This is just more another card of a funk. Where you're so busy, so expectant of crappy energy to be coming your way that you don't even notice when something good is coming. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way. This can also be about an offer that's made to us, of which we're not very impressed. It's not the offer we wanted. It's not what we were hoping to hear or to get. But it can be about not expecting anything. So you miss stuff like, well, no need for me to check it out and see if that's anything for me. I never get anything. And so, in that way you miss out. But also opening to the 3 of autumn, which is a card it's like a worker energy, and it's about you putting in effort, sort of being responsible for the creation of this abundance, and you earned it. It's a card of earned abundance. Your most satisfying and profitable career or relationship comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. 9 of winter. It's the 7 of spring. So whatever decision you finally do make, be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely, and then stand your ground. If you decide to change your mind, let it be because you decided to change your mind, not because somebody forced you into something that you didn't want to do. You hold your position. This is nice. The overall energy is Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot, which represents the sign of Cancer, but it is a card of victory, is a card of movement, is a card of where something, hadn't been, it was stuck before. Now it can take off. And, you're in the driver's seat. So you're in control of where it goes, how fast it goes, with whom. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition that you're receiving. So just a moment ago, I said the 3 of Earth is all about earning abundance. You've earned it. And then this is confirming. So all the abundance is on its way to you. It's because you did what you had to do to make it so, to make it happen. Major Arcana card. The Chariot, again, represents the sign of Cancer. It can be about movement. It can be about travel. It can be, visiting somebody, moving with somebody, metaphorically, literally, all of these things. Crowning the masculine, the 3 of spring, a lot of 3s today. Stop to take time to review and to make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments, but you may also need patience, again with the patience, for the next phase to play out. I'm just feeling that the 3 can again have some meaning as it relates to time right now, 3 more days, 3 more weeks, 3 more months. Something for you. Of course, the 3 also can be representative of some sort of party of 3. And since this is the love reading, definitely a love triangle. But not necessarily. I mean, it definitely can be a love triangle, but it isn't necessarily actually one. Surrounding the masculine. The Queen of Autumn. This card showed up in this same placement in the general reading. Thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. You'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. The Queen of Autumn is a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Masculine subconscious, Major Arcana card 19, the Sun. Your plans will work out well, bringing you happiness, prosperity, and success. You'll garner the recognition for your accomplishments that you so richly deserve. Major Arcana card 19, the Sun, represents the sign of Sagittarius, but it can also be tied to the other fire signs, especially Leo. So I'd say Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, in that order, because Earth's star, the Sun, the actual Sun, rules the sign of Leo, where the Sun is currently located right now. And again, where Venus is also located right now. Venus could be represented by this Queen of Autumn. But I do feel that for some, this is, there's a party of 3 involving the mother of your child or something, right? And you have a son. Or you're the son and there's something with your mother. There's a party of 3, like maybe she's one of those people that butts in. For some, that's what's up there. I may pull a clarifier. We'll see. Crowning the feminine. Ooh, Major Arcana card 16, life experience, or the Tower. Important changes are coming to your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move. Right? Move. Oops, I pulled up 2. What's this one? The High Priestess, and it's a card number 2. About partnership. This is the time to pause and to reflect. Right? Be patient. Look around. Observe. Take note. Not to take action. Trust in your spiritual gifts, as nothing is hidden from your divine intuition. Major Arcana card 2, the High Priestess, is a Gemini, but she can also be a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as well. Yeah, don't hesitate to move and pay close attention to your intuition like the High Priestess. Don't jump out the window doing anything half-cocked. Do what she would do. Observe, weigh the pros and cons, follow your intuition, listen to the butterflies in your stomach, listen to your intellect, your wisdom. Just think first before you act. And don't necessarily tell everybody your business about what your next move is going to be. Important changes are coming to your life that require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in new directions that you know are right for you. How do you know they're right for you? Because your body told you so. Your soul told you so. So you're going to follow that. Surrounding the feminine. The Lovers again. Major Arcana card 6, which represents the sign of Gemini. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. Feminine, you may be just unexpectedly bowled over by something like that, like the Kanye song, Kanye and oh goodness, I can't think of the woman now. But sometimes love knocks you down. Right, that's the kind of thing with the Tower. The Tower is about just sudden energy coming in so quickly, and we have no control over it. It's just karmic, and yeah, you can be bowled over by something in the area of love. Feminine subconscious. It's another Major Arcana card. Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor, which represents the planet Mars, ruler of Aries and Scorpio. So it could be an Aries or a Scorpio that is bowling you over. Somebody very, very masculine, authoritative, action-oriented, leader who is bowling you over. Maybe specifically an Aries or a Scorpio, and you are specifically a Gemini, or vice versa. Combinations of those. Crowning. Major Arcana card 15, Ego, or the Devil. You may feel that you're trapped in your situation, maybe some sort of party of 3, that you feel stuck in. But that's not true. Be careful not to overly focus upon material wealth and break free of negative thinking. Major Arcana card 15, the Devil, represents the sign of Capricorn, and it's here crossing the Queen of Autumn, so maybe specifically involving a Capricorn or other earth sign, Virgo, Taurus. At the root, foundation. Wow. Okay, I got to tell you, in the general reading, these two cards turned up together, and I just felt I didn't like the way I felt about this Queen of Autumn person. I just felt it was somebody that was trying to, take from the masculine, drain him of his energy, of his joy. And now we have it crossing again. Caution will help you to avoid the loss of valuables, including non-material resources such as time or peace of mind. Be aware of the results of your actions, as well as what others might be doing behind your back. I just feel like somebody could be up to something to, like, take away your options. Like they're just trying to rule you, and it may be through money or assets or resources. This is also more of the earth energy that we just saw. That I said the pathway is through this nurturing of yourself. So this could be reminding us of that too. Again, the pathway to the happiness is the happiness here is through nurturing yourself, doing what brings you joy, taking your time to follow the steps. That's why it may require some patience, but you can see victory within the mile, right, on the horizon with the 3 of Spring. That means the next card is the 4 of Spring or the 4 of Wands, and that's the happiness, that's the joy. So it's ahead. And speaking of victory being within the mile, we have the overall energy again of the Chariot, which is a major card of victory, probably the strongest card of victory in the tarot. So it's like something within our grasp to do, but we have to conquer these things. For the masculine, I do feel it can have, again, something specifically to do with an actual Queen of Autumn, whether that's a male or a female, you know. Actual earth sign, maybe direct earth sign. Or somebody that represents, you know, money and material to him. That, again, they're trying to like pull him around by, I was calling it leading around by the purse strings, trying to manipulate through something, some sort of connection to the resources. And possibly even trying to actually take something from you, steal money, steal resources, or like rob you of some sort of opportunity. Your home, cause you to like lose your home, or trying to take it from you. Maybe an illegal battle, I don't know. Maybe with, right, like a spouse, wife. We got this engagement ring here too. Somebody's trying to take your peace. Look, the peace symbol is sitting here in this net, this nest. Just be careful. Keep an eye on your belongings and things. The heart of the matter. King of Summer again. King of Summer was also at the heart of the matter in the general reading. Definitely watch the general because I think it has messages connected to your love life too. The King of Summer is warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. The King of Summer is a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Also, the sign of Scorpio is ruled by the planet Pluto, which is retrograde in Capricorn. So that can be something that's going on here that's showing up through these cards. Saturn itself is also retrograde in Capricorn currently, so that can be showing up there. The next card is upright. I'm going to pull it for the masculines. 3 of Spring. 10 of Autumn. I think there's something, again, involving family members, or maybe somebody with whom he has a family. So it can be like his own family, maybe his mother or some other family members or something, or close friends that represent family getting in the way. Party of 3, right? Or something like that, getting in the way. And or this could be representative of like his children's mother or somebody with whom he has a family. And I just feel he needs to get away, or he's feeling stuck. He's not happy there, and that they may be trying to take from him. Maybe there's, like I said, maybe there's an actual legal battle and who gets the house and all that kind of stuff. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. The last spread we saw change in the environment. He might need to move, and you got to move out, move away from family members that you're living with or something like that too. That can be also. Let's look at the Devil. Princess of Summer, sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly have an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. The Princess of Summer is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Could be a child. Again, could be feeling stuck. It's crossing this Queen of Autumn. Feeling stuck because you have a family. Like you can't move away from the family. There could be fear of starting a new relationship. Maybe with somebody younger than you specifically. But they're coming correct though. If that's the case. They're coming correct, but it's still like scary to you. So you're at risk of robbing yourself of your own joy, and that could be the masculine or the feminine, or both. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, let's look at the 7 of Winter. 6 of Winter, we have an opportunity to move on to happiness, to move away from this. But, you know, it's going to take some sort of effort on our part. Effort and maybe, again, a change to our environment. The 6 of Winter. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let go of the past and embrace the happier times ahead. The Six of Winter also, like Major Arcana card Chariot, the Chariot can be about travel too and movement. Should I be greedy? I'm gonna look at this Queen of Autumn, right? Because the Queen of Autumn on the, on the surface looks like, well, she looks nice, but let's just see. Yeah, something funny with her too. And you see the same suit is turning up as this Three of Spring. Yeah, there's some sort of funky energy. I mean, she's the Queen of Autumn per se is not necessarily, a bad person or whatever, but there's just negativity surrounding there, and again, there's imbalance, and there's stress, and there's something that needs to come to an end, and that the masculine needs to get away from, and as it relates to that situation, and that's why the Ten of Spring now shows up. But I think it's related to the Three of Spring. You're working far too hard, and the stress will soon become too much. Reach out for help from others and take some time to play and to enjoy life. Basically, like, get up away from this, whatever this is. This is and maybe it's involving a Sagittarius. Maybe that's from where the fire is coming. Or this could be representative of Jupiter coming in to give you a better opportunity to help you to move on towards something that is more befitting of you, right? To move on. All right. I was also feeling not only to pull these out today, but to read from the booklet for them, which I don't. That's not really what I do normally, but I will do it. So let's do that for last. So first, from the Angel Tarot to the Masculine, further advice. It's another one of these Queen of Earths. So this is his third for the night, that I've pulled. Thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. So it's like make time for yourself and for others that love you and would do the same for you. And like screw everything else. Seriously. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner, though. You don't have to be a dick. The Queen of Earth is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Feminine. Major Arcana card 3, another 3, the Empress, which represents the planet Venus, ruler of Gemini, Libra, and Taurus. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. So we have a lot of abundance coming our way. We also have an opportunity to create or co-create something. Maybe even an actual person. If you've been trying to get pregnant or you want to get pregnant, this is a good week to work on that. Some of us may be getting news that we are pregnant already, or even giving birth this week, which is beautiful. Congratulations if that is you. Alternatively, we could be giving birth to new things in our life, new situations, new energy, new opportunities, new dreams, new goals, like making things come true for ourselves. Like we're an active participant in that. And Venus helps us to that. And this can also be, we have this person that's coming in, some of us, and it's a genuine situation, a genuine interest. He finds you very, very attractive. Or, he or she finds you very, very attractive. So not only, again, is the interest in general genuine, but so is the physical attraction. So even if you don't feel as gorgeous as they keep telling you you are, they really see you that way. So make sure that you're not like brushing them off like they're full of shit. It's a real thing. They really feel like that. From the numerology deck to the masculine personal growth. I think, yeah, when you cut yourself away from this energy and sort of surrender to your spirituality and let that sort of guide you toward what your next step is, your next move is going to be. You had the card with the 77 before. Now this is another 7. I think when you let your spirituality guide you, it definitely is going to be conducive to your growth. And that's more Jupiter. So like I said, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. I think Jupiter is coming in to help you. Jupiter is the planet of growth and expansion. From the numerology deck to the feminine, effort. So what I said, like when we do our work, it's coming where we put the effort, we will receive the results. And then here we have that, more confirmation of that. And we will have earned the abundance that's coming our way. We also saw a lot of evidence of that. And here is reconfirmation again. From the animal tarot to the masculine, it's another Queen of Spring. So the Queen of Spring in the first spread? She's back. Talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, or several divine feminine. Perhaps earth sign, perhaps fire sign, vying for your attention at once, but you can handle everything. You can juggle it and figure it out and decide what you want and make a choice, all that kind of stuff. The Queen of Spring is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And feminine for us, the King of Winter, intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. At this time, important that you communicate clearly. Be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. Say what you mean what you say. If you need advice, then seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. Like you look for a King of Winter, King of Swords, if you need advice. That type of person. Not necessarily a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but, it definitely can be one, a direct air sign. This can also be representative of Mercury, coming into Mercury in Cancer, coming in to move us along in the area of communication, specifically as it relates to love and emotion. Is that next card upright? Let's just see. I just feel kind of greedy today. In a greedy mood, and if it is, I'm going to pull it for the Tower, the Feminine's Tower. Nope, it's not. All right, I'll quit while I'm ahead. Further advice for the masculine from the Universal Love Oracle. Oh, it is that card, Dreams. So for me, this card is representative of like a Neptunian, Piscean kind of energy. Dreamy, head in the clouds, maybe actually receiving messages in dreams, daydreams, or while we're sleeping. Also, in a more literal sense, dreams and goals being manifested, coming true, us, making moves. And also telepathy. So I talked about telepathy before. This card speaks to that for me. And for the feminine, the Mystic, which is representative for me of both air and water. It is a very high priestess-like energy also, but not so much Gemini, although it is air and water. It could be Gemini, but more directly Aquarius with this star so very strategically, like almost located out over her third eye chakra. So this card also guides us to pay very close attention to our intuition and again, to sort of look before we leap in a very high priestess manner. But like I said, I was guided to read from the book for a change this week as it relates to these cards from the Universal Love Oracle. So I will do that, beginning with the masculine's card, Dreams. Maybe there's some other message in here. Waves of healing energy flow through you as you sleep, subconsciously restoring balance and healing unresolved emotional issues. An issue which most probably stems from a past life is being processed and healed in your dream state. You may not be aware of the issue of the way that it impacts you negatively in your life. It manifests through unexplained negative feelings, self-doubt, and irrational fear. Well, we sure saw that, right? The good news, however, is that there's nothing that you need to do. Just be patient. Patient, like the Three of Spring or Three of Wands guide you to do. Allow the process without trying to make sense of it. Trust, for you will soon be free, right? You'll break free. And that could be another meaning of this Page of Cups, basically sitting here atop the Devil. You'll soon be free of negativity that has so often sabotaged you and your progress in the past. A brighter and more confident you surfaces. Nice. For us, the Mystic. It's time to awaken the sleeping psychic mystic within. These qualities, which you have always possessed, are reawakening. Trust your intuition. The next time that an unusual thought enters your mind, or you have a gut feeling about something, pay close attention. What is the thought or feeling trying to tell you? For those who are already aware of their psychic abilities, the Mystic card is here to remind you to use and to integrate these abilities more into your everyday life. Pay particular attention to your intuition over the next few days. You will receive important news, so keep a journal and pen handy. So that pretty much said what I said, but I didn't mention the journal and the pen, so still glad to have read it. And I hope that you guys found not only that card, but all of this helpful and that you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Do check out Divine Girl Talk. Do check out Divine Oneness. And if you like a reading from me or healing services, you can reach me on any of my social media or Queen of Swords, the Lightworker. I had a dyslexic moment. At gmail.com. Namaste, guys.